Hey guys, so if you watched my video from this morning, I said I would be back and I would share some of my progress and some more tips about kind of how to keep up on some of the goals for cleaning and keeping up on keeping your space clean. The video right now is going to be kind of short. I can do another video tomorrow if I'm feeling better. I'm not feeling great, so again, if you heard, I've had some medical stuff. I have to have my gallbladder out next month, and so my stomach's always bothering me even though I'm eating a non-fat diet. I did fudge a little today when I went out with Laura. I did get chocolate covered marshmallows, so that's probably why my stomach hurts. You know, sometimes you just have to live, okay? Like, chocolate covered marshmallow is not going to kill me, but I'm regretting it a little bit. So, it's not going to be a super long video today. But again, if you have questions or you want more advice, just message me. I'm totally willing to answer any questions, give you advice, whatever you guys need. So, okay. So my desk, let me turn it around so you guys can see, because if you saw my last video, it was a mess. So here's what happened. Before, when I made that video, I got into my studio and I started cleaning, and I realized my son has gymnastics at 10 in the morning on Saturdays. And I realized that I had a package that needed to go out right after his class, and I had to get it together. And so I was looking for the stuff to do the package, and I realized that the bag that I was going to send out, I didn't have any made, so I had to make one really quick. So I had to clean off my desk super quick, which is not ideal because then I just shoved everything onto the other table. And so basically I put the bag together, packaged it up, and got it ready to mail, and then like kind of left some of the mess. But if you look, my sewing desk is now almost perfectly clean. Like, it's got my sewing machine and a couple things that I threw up there real quick because I was, trying to get stuff done. But my poor other table, my big drafting table, is now more dirty because I threw a bunch of the stuff over here. So, chase the pile in a circle. That's what I said, is sometimes you are cleaning one space and you have to move stuff to the other space to get to things, and it's okay. Again, life happens. Don't beat yourself up. Just make a plan to keep going, right? Okay, couple small things. So I talked about it in the other video, choosing tiny attainable goals. Again, I'm gonna clean the studio. I've tried to stop saying stuff like that. Like, I'm gonna clean the kitchen. I'm gonna clean the studio. Because it can be overwhelming when you have a whole room and it's daunting, right? Pick one small thing you're gonna clean. Like, I'm going to clean my desk. Cool, that's a small, easy chunk that I can do. It's attainable. I can do it. And if I finish that, move on. If I finish that, I don't have any more time. Cool, I did one thing today, right? And tackle things that, again, are easy to do in little chunks. So, for example, in my studio, if you saw one of my older videos, there was like a water bottle on the floor and like reusable grocery bags that needed to just go back downstairs. Tackle something like that. Look at the big kind of blatant things that are staring you in the face when you start a project. Doesn't matter what room you're in. I'm in my craft room first because I'm trying to get this place back to, usable. But it could be your kitchen, it's your bathroom, your living room, your study, your whatever. Doesn't matter the room. Pick something that's obvious to start with, right? Like, okay, I've got a huge pile of papers I need to go through. Stack the papers, move them over. Are you going to sit through all that stack and go through it right this second? Probably not, unless you really have the time. If not, stack it somewhere on the side. Put it in a container, make a bin, move it aside, because then it'll give you more room to pick up other things, right? Look for trash, look for recyclables, look for old mail, anything you can get rid of quickly and easily. That's the first place to start, and every room has stuff. So for example, in our kitchen, the kitchen counter is a dumping ground. We all come home and drop our son's backpack, our son's lunchbox, my bag. My husband will drop his keys and his wallet and the whatever, right? And so all this stuff kind of piles up. So tackle that first. I know the lunchbox. I'm going to dump out the containers from the lunch into the sink, and I can throw the lunchbox in the pantry cabinet, and I don't have to look at it. And that was one quick, easy thing I could just do. Took me 2 seconds to do it, right? So find something quick and easy to help pick up some of the big clutter, right? But on our counter is also old mail or magazines or, the project I was working on last night and I kind of left it spread out, and some papers from whatever. Sort that stuff in small chunks. The other thing I will say is keeping up with it, right? So the hard part is coming up with a system that will help you maintain your organizing habits. Now, here's the thing is you have to make it a habit. You have to put in the time. You have to make a choice to do it. It's the same thing as your work. If you want to keep your work going, right? You want to keep whatever creative thing you've got, you'll work on it because you enjoy it. I know we don't always enjoy organizing. I enjoy organizing. I like, sorting through things and putting things together by color or by this or by that. And if you don't enjoy it, that's fine. You don't have to be like me. But to make it easier on yourself, you have to schedule time every day. And I say schedule time because if you do it the same time every day, it becomes a habit, right? Like I get up in the morning and I do this and I drive to work at this time and I go to yoga at this time, right? I don't go to yoga, but if I did, I would have a schedule. And it's the same thing with your organizing, right? So for example, I'm going to use a different example than my studio because not everybody has a studio, but this applies to every room, my studio included. You want to get on top of kind of the paper clutter. That's the one that gets away from me the most, paper clutter, because I'll get something in the mail that I'm like, oh, I want to take care of that, or oh, I want to look into that, or I'll get a magazine, or I'll get, something from the city about classes that maybe I want to sign my son up for, so I set it aside so I can look at it. Tackle some of that a little bit every day, because one, it'll make it smaller, it'll make it easier, like to get it, to shrink. The pile will shrink. Come up with a sorting system. So I can show you guys my sorting system after my son goes to bed. Downstairs I have like bins that I got at Target. It's like a wire rack shelf. It's got cardboard bins. I labeled them with my label maker, of course, because I label everything. But it's got some ways to sort it. And what you have to do is then commit to every Saturday at 10 a.m. I'm going to sort this. Or every Sunday night at 8 p.m. I'm going to sort some of this. And you do it once a week. If you do the paper sorting once a week, it will help shrink the pile and then keep it manageable, right? Because we all get a stack of mail. We usually go through the stuff and we kind of rip up the crap and throw it out. I do. I get the junk mail and I go, oh, this is junk, and I throw it out, whatever. And then I have stuff that I'm like, oh, I need to take care of this, and I'll stick it in the top bin of my rack. And that's stuff that needs taken care of right away. And then I have a to file and a shred and a miscellaneous one at the bottom. So I've got a couple, right? Now, I can't remember exactly what all of them are in order, but definitely one is like stuff that needs filed. So like, hey, we got some insurance paperwork. Okay, I have to file that in my file cabinet. If you don't have a file cabinet, that's okay. Take pictures, scan it, make files on your computer. If you don't want a big paper cabinet, I have a cabinet in my office, in my studio, that I file away important stuff. So, and then I've got a shred pile. And if you don't have a shredder, that's fine. You can throw the stuff out, rip it into small pieces, take it somewhere else to shred it. Certain documents I don't throw in the trash because they've got personal information on them. So I've got a shred pile. And then I've got a to-do. So there's a list of stuff, like there's a bin that's to do, but it needs done right now. So like the top one is like, hey, bills, you better pay these. This is to do like the stuff I want to look into, like classes for my son from the city. I put that in that drawer. And then once a week I go through everything in there. And because I do it once a week, now it's not like this. And it used to be that way. I would just pile everything in there and it was a mess. But I had to get on top of the habit of like, when am I going to do it? Schedule the time and then do it. Because if you make it part of your routine, then you'll keep doing it and you'll keep doing it. And then you won't forget, and then it won't be overwhelming. It won't get to the point of like overwhelming stuff, right? One of the things that you can do is set an alarm on your phone, right? Set a reminder that beeps that says, hey, you're supposed to do this right now. And then click snooze. If you don't have time, click snooze and it'll beep again at you later. Or have someone call you. Have someone help keep you accountable. Like call a friend and say, hey, on Saturday night at 7, can you just text me or give me a call to remind me, sort your papers, right? You can do that with any task. I'm going to scrub the baseboards. I'm going to pick up yarn. I'm going to fold my fabric. I'm going to whatever it is, right? Pick a task, do it a little bit at a time, and eventually you'll be on top of it all the time, right? So let me know if you have questions. That's it for right now. Hopefully that was helpful. I feel like it's helpful because, again, making small little things that you can do every week. Because again, if you do the paper stuff every week, it takes you like 10 minutes or 15 minutes tops if you keep up on it. Once you let it go, then it takes longer. And that's why it's like, oh God, I don't know what to do. The paper's overwhelming. And that's the one for me. It's like paper starts stacking up because I don't get time because it's not a priority sometimes. Again, that's okay if you decide it's not a priority, but know that if you let it go, it will get out of hand. Okay? So that's it for today. Make some habits, start building them, start doing them. Have a friend check in with you, keep you accountable, keep yourself accountable. If you live with someone, have them, right? Your partner, keep you accountable, your kids, whoever, okay? And just keep at it. And if you need help, send me a message. I'll see what I can do to give you more advice or help. That's it. So hopefully that was helpful, and I will talk to you guys again maybe tomorrow. We'll see if I have something else for you. If not, next Saturday. I'm going to be here every Saturday. I'm going to try my darndest to make a video every Saturday. So I will see you guys later, okay?